Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back with another. I am back with another short story. This time it is set in the little universe I'm building up for myself right now. You know, the bigger thing I sometimes allude to. The same universe as Marionette. The same universe as Marionette is in. This time we have a higher place. This short story is basically a letter. The German title is Sorgen eines Herzogs, Brief an König Amrick. In English, Woes of a Duke, a letter for King Amrick. Before I start reading, for my English viewers, a little... I give you the gist of it. This duke wrote a letter to his king regarding some incidents in two cities. The cities of Dragenburg and Wending. There were, let's call them raids. Let's assume an army has raided those two cities and burned them down to the ground, killed the citizens, massacred them, and raped and pillaged them, so on and so forth. Basically, what you would expect in a medieval war. And the cities were more or less taken by surprise. There are a few survivors from Dragenburg, and a few more of the city of Wending. The city of Dragenburg had it worse. The raid hit it hard. They were unprepared, according to this letter, and were slaughtered by the dozens. Maybe even burned alive, which is not mentioned here. The citizens of Wending saw that fire in Dragenburg, or the fire of Dragenburg, and prepared to flee. Most of those citizens were killed in the woods while they attempted to flee. But because they saw the fires, they had time. So a few more made it out. This duke describes that there is evidence that two different people, two different quote-unquote races did that. The forest folk and the people of the mountain. Because there were banners and axes corresponding to those two tribes. And he urges his king to war against those people. The dead and the godly parents demand that the fire of hatred is extinguished with the iron fist of justice. He also wrote that fire of hatred those two tribes brought to Dragenburg and Wending has burned the hand of friendship. He's rather direct in that regard. He also writes that it hurts him in his heart of hearts to urge the king to war. But he will also stand by his side loyally, whatever the king does. And as I said, this duke has evidence for, that those two kinds of people did that. Axes of the forest folk and banners of the people of the mountain. And this short story in German, Waldvolk. And I didn't write people of the mountain, but I wrote for the banner der Berge. So let's take his side of the story with a grain of salt. I already know what is going on. But I am the author. I'm the quote-unquote god of those people, so of course I know more than those people and you. Just keep in mind that there is that grain of salt. And now I have rambled on long enough. Now to the letter itself, shall we? Die Sorgen eines Herzogs. Brief an König Amrick. Eure Hoheit, seit kurzem hat ein Unglück eure Städte Wending und Dragenburg ereilt. Städte, welche mein König in meine Obhut legte. Leider ist es mir nicht gelungen, eure Städte zu schützen. Ich bitte vor euch und den göttlichen Eltern 1000-mal um Vergebung. Zu dem Unglück selbst. Wending und Dragenburg wurden in der Nacht überfallen und niedergebrannt, und die Menschheit der Wendinger und Dragenburger wurden abgeschlachtet. Ich sandte meine Truppen los im Moment, als ich von den Überfällen erfuhr. Meine Soldaten sagten, es sei ein Inferno gewesen. Dragenburg hatte es am schlimmsten erwischt. Nur wenige haben überlebt. Diese wenigen sind im Geiste zutiefst erschüttert und verwirrt. Man brachte sie in umliegende Klöster, um sie aus den Reichen des Wahnsinns zu holen. Meine Truppen berichteten, dass Äxte des Waldvolks und die Banner der Berge neben den verkohlten Leichen lagen und ausgebrannten Häusern steckten. Selbst die Kirche der Göttlichen und euer Denkmal wurde geschändet. Ich erspare eurer Hoheit mir weitere Details. Die Wendiger hatte es weniger hart getroffen. Laut den Berichten und Befragungen hatten sie die Feuer in Dragenburg gesehen und machten sich bereit zu fliehen. Die Stadt ist überwiegend intakt. Die Mehrheit der Wendinger Toten fand man in den Wäldern. Die meisten Überlebenden aus Wending sind in umliegenden Höfen untergekommen. Wieder gab es Banner und Waffen der bereits genannten Völker. Wir können dies nicht tolerieren. Diese Überfälle sind klare Kriegserklärungen. Die Völker der Berge und Wälder haben unsere Hand der Freundschaft mit der Flamme des Hasses verbrannt. Und die eiserne Hand der Gerechtigkeit muss darauf antworten. Wir können nicht zulassen, dass diese Barbarei fortgesetzt wird. Es schmerzt mich sehr, Eure Hoheit zum Krieg zu drängen, aber die Toten und die göttlichen Eltern verlangen blutige Gerechtigkeit. Ich werde selbstverständlich an eurer Seite stehen, mein König. Euer ergebenster Diener, Herzog Leske von Stinbruck. And with that, the short story is over. Welcome to the politics of this kingdom and those lands. May the dead rest in peace, and may this go over peacefully. Until then, I will say good night and sleep well.